match. That Lisa Ashton has won her first match as a PDT professional. Not only has she beaten Christian Bunzer 6-3, but she's done it with an average of over 100. We've also just had news that we've had a 9-darter, 2 yesterday, and we've now had 1 today. 177, 177, 147.
97.
From Keegan Brown to win the match against Krzysztof Kachuk. That was in the last leg. A 6-2 success for Keegan Brown, 105 the average for him.
100.
This is the standard that is being produced on the Pro Tour, and the standard
100
that Aaron Beeney will have to put up with. He was, unfortunately, the worst performer of the whole 128 player field yesterday.
82.
Lost out to Joe Cullen 6-1, averaged less than 70 in that match, but he did have some shaky starts
82.
at Q School. By his own admittance, was very, very nervous in his opening games, Aaron Beeney, before going on to win his tour card outright, beating Jared Cole in the final, hitting the bullseye to do it. So if he can get over the
97.
first hurdle, if not today, then another day, just let's see if he manages to relax a little bit. Not relaxed yet, is he? Because he wasn't thinking then in his previous visit and has left himself a bogey. Going somewhere to rectifying the mistake here.
140.
Again, just a little sign of tension there. Misfiring, but has to rely on Bunting misfiring himself here. And the bullet does not misfire. Clean as you like, 82 checkout. Bull double 16. We've seen wins here on stream 1 already for
43.
Mensa Suljevic and Mike Kyvenhoven. They will do battle in the second round. This is our third first round tie. We'll have Gabriel Clements against Jelle Klaassen after this,
70.
and then we will be into the second round with the world champion Peter Wright gracing your screen. He faces Nick Kenny. Details of further
100.
matches to follow. One of 2 streaming boards, as always, at these Players' Championship events. So the big news so far, a 9-dart leg for Keegan Brown in the final leg of his 6-2 win against Krzysztof Kachuk, and a maiden win for Lisa Ashton. 100 average for the Lancashire Rose in her victory.
58.
Against Christian Bunzer. First round departures for the likes of Joe Cullen, Rob Cross.
.36.
They're the perhaps 2 biggest names to exit in the opening round here at the Metrodome.
85.
You can keep across all the scores via the Dart Connect system, dartconnect.com. Follow any of the matches in real time.
60.
Aaron Beeney, an interesting character, an interesting addition to the professional circuit.
100.
Actually works as a prison officer and was discovered in a prison officers international tournament. He was playing for the UK prison officers against the Danish counterparts.
100.
And the legendary Danish player Jan Hoffmann kind of discovered him and told him to take it seriously, along with Michael Freudendahl, who's the
59.
top man in Danish darts behind the scenes, also works as a prison officer. Listened to their advice, rocked up at Q School and won a tour card.
125. 46.
Well, maybe Stephen Bunting has handed him a get out of jail card there. He's hit 12 of his first start. 53 remaining, double top now.
25.
A missed opportunity.
Game shot.
And Bunting punishes the Liverpudlian, who is going to appear in Liverpool in the Premier League. Of course, not for the first time, but as a challenger this year, Stephen Bunting. Be a big night for him at the Echo Arena.
100.
You can watch the Premier League live from Nottingham on Sky Sports on Thursday, or here
45.
on PDC TV in eligible territories. You will see Fallon Sherrick gracing the Premier League stage on Thursday night.
57.
She faces Glen Durrant. The Liverpool leg for Bunting will be week 6.
99.
That will take place, apologies to the new sponsors, it's at what is now known as the M&S Bank Arena.
81.
Bunting pitted against Rob Cross.
59.
Did win his first match here yesterday, Stephen Bunting, defying 106 average from Luke Humphries to win 6-5 before losing out to Kieran Tehan.
30. $60.
Tehan has just been beaten in the first round today, losing out to Mike De Decker. Latest scores coming through. Mervyn King has beaten Cristo Reyes 6-1. Barry Bates, a 6-4 winner against Jesus Naguera. Steve West has seen off Chris Derby 6-4. A 6-0 win for Justin Pipe
180.
against Richard North. As Bunting applies the pressure with the max. Sublime timing from the former
45.
world champion.
Game
Who
shot.
is by no means playing to the top of his game, but he's doing more than enough to boss this match. Matt Clark, a 6-4 winner against Jonathan Worsley as I return to the latest results. Mike van Duivenbode, who hit a 9-darter yesterday, has had a good start today, a 6-2 win for him against Mark McGeaney. Jeff Smith beaten in the final here last night to Gary Anderson, a 6-3 win for him against Darren Penhall. Wigan's Martin Atkins, a 6-1 winner against James Wilson. John Michael
80.
over the line, 6-5 against Rhys Robinson. Neil Sonneveld, a 6-2 victor against Madis Razmar, and the former World Championship finalist Kirk Shepherd has beaten David Pallett 6-2.
100. $80.
Well, a couple of bounce outs in successive visits for Stephen Bunting here. Can Beeney take advantage?
57.
Well, the call of 57 from our match official Luke Guest suggests not.
60. $39. $100. $80.
May look, well, he's gone down for treble 16 here. Bunting.
52.
Big ask for Beeney, this. And it's not going to happen.
100. 32.
But now there is a real opportunity for Aaron Beeney to win his first leg of the day, his second as a PDC professional.
Game shot.
And he does the job. Just had to check back there, didn't he, Aaron Beeney? Yes, you have managed to break Bunting's throw, Aaron. Can he just settle himself down? It is a slightly improved performance on yesterday's
45.
showing so far. It's his first time in front of our streaming cameras, and that can have an effect.
81.
But he's got at least 30 events to learn. That's what he qualifies for. In fact, a little bit more than that, because as a tour card holder, of course, he does qualify for the UK Open as well.
95.
Will be attempting to book his place on the European Tour too when the qualifiers begin
140.
for our 13 event roadshow around Europe. Catch all the action here on PDC TV.
41.
Well, the standard is getting ridiculous. We've had a second 9-darter. This time Scott
100.
Baker against Danny Noppert over on the other streaming board with Dan Dawson.
180.
We're not even through the first round action here today. We've had 2 9-dart legs already. We had 2 yesterday as well.
$140.
Top of my head, the tally last year across all tours was in the 40s, around 46. I believe. I'll get that verified
45.
when I get a minute, but at this rate, that's going to be blown out of the water in 2020.
Game shot.
And Aaron Beeney is being blown out of the water himself by Stephen Bunting here, who's just that bit too good so far, and he's not even having to get out of second gear.
140. 135. 140. 47. 140. 140.
Well, deflected that. It would have been his first maximum on the Pro Tour. Unfortunate with the deflection. But double 16
49.
would have, and still might, give Stephen Bunting a 4-leg advantage and put him within 1 of the checkered flag.
59. Game shot.
And there it is. 4 up, 1 away. We'll take this opportunity just to make you aware of some more confirmed results. Jermaine Waterman has beaten Joe Mernon 6-5.
85.
Nick Kenny, who will face Peter Wright on this stream in a couple of games' time, a 6-4 winner against Rob Collins. Collins, who
51.
is the only non-tour card holder in the field this afternoon, replacing Kyle Anderson, who's still in Australia. Also lost in a final match of a UK Open qualifier last night, Rob Collins.
100.
Jose de Sousa, a 6-2 winner against Kim Huybrechts, and an average for the Portuguese ace of 107.2. Wonderful stuff from him, a man who picked up 2 titles on the Pro Tour last year. A win for Scott Waite, 6-4 against Vincent van der Voort. Ricky Evans, a 6-1 winner against Gavin Carlin.
140.
Michael Smith has beaten Karel Sedlacek 6-2. Ryan Murray, a good win for him against Dimitri Vandenberg. That was 6-3. And Gary Anderson is not going to make it a weekend double because he has been well and truly beaten. Edged out 6-5 by Steve Beaton.
$81.
So Anderson will be heading home, battling his way through the storm
99.
as he heads back down south after storming it here yesterday. Now Beeney, well, he was looking at 25 or ball there. I think he hit the 2 with his first start. Couldn't quite see because the scoreboard, no, it was the 15.
47.
Not really sure about that choice from Aaron Beeney there.
140.
Had he just headed up to the 20s, he would have left himself on a double. Has to waste a dart here. 2 at double it is rather than 3.
Game shot.
But that's all he needed in the end. Squeezed it in the bottom corner. And manages to improve on his performance yesterday and improve on his result. Small steps
59.
for Aaron Beeney, but he's put 10 points on his average from 24 hours ago and managed to double his legs tally. And for a man who really didn't expect to be competing on the Pro Tour at all this year, when he turned up at Q School having just, what, 3 county appearances for London under his belt. Small steps will do
85.
very nicely at this stage. No need to panic. Let's not forget the calibre of opponent he's playing here as well. Stephen Bunting, who has graced all the biggest stages, had deep runs in all of the big majors. Former world champion at the Lakeside. We know that the bullet has got more gears
100.
to go through should he require them. Can't see him surrendering this position. But with each match, Aaron Beeney is gaining more experience and has started to look a little more composed as the game's gone on.
$53.
Bunting in line to meet the winner of the next match when he returns to board 3 for the second round. Gabriel Clements against Jelle Klaassen is that match, and
40.
that's coming up straight after this one. Before we see Peter Wright, the world champion, take on Nick Kenny
180.
in the first of our second round ties. Bunting's had enough, a second max, to leave himself what he hopes will be the match-winning double.
60.
Well, that is a very, very wayward dart, having to clear up the mess.
Game shot and the match.
Stephen Bunting, but he does so expertly. And great to see Aaron Beeney enjoying himself, having a